Hey guys, Scott here. In today's video, we're going to explore what to do when your eForm is in pending status after 90 days. But before we dive into this video, please hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. So this video is based on my experience over the last 3 months or so of dealing with my first eForm and first suppressor purchase. So, and just one of the things I ran into, I had problems certifying my eForm through Silencer Shop. Try to do it remotely with with my FFL, and we just was hanging up and the system died on us. Also went back in, did it physically, and we were still having problems syncing with the Silencer Shop. It looked like we weren't sure if it went through or not. So, you know, a couple of weeks had passed by. I did call the ATF, and they were able to provide me a status on that, that yes, they had received my eForm, they have my fingerprints, and they have my photo and all that, but they would not provide me any other status throughout, and they will not provide you any statuses from day 90 or less on your eForm. So those are things here. So we're going to look at what goes on after day 90. So for me, I think I went about 92 days, and you know, I finally reached out to the, I believe it or not, I called on day 90, and the person would not give me any status, said I had to call day 91. And the other thing here about the dates is use the submission date that the ATF gives you and not what you see on your Silencer Shop or Silencer Co. dashboard, or however you submit and think that, okay, I submitted on this date. You need to use what the ATF is using, because that's what they're going to calculate your 90 days or greater. So so that is the one thing you need to do. So basically, from day 90 days or less, they will not provide a status. So come day 91, you know, you can contact the ATF. But don't be surprised, because if you're seeing on your dashboard that you're in still pending status, that's what the customer service rep is going to tell you. She's going to say, or he or she is going to say, it's in pending status. Now you're thinking, you know, I'm calling, they should give me information, but that's all they're seeing in their system. It's in pending status. They will say that an agent, you know, is still reviewing it, and they will work on it, and at the time they're done, they will either approve or deny it. And they'll also put in there the little caveat that, you know, right now it's their busy season, that that they need to work on firearm purchases related to the Brady Act or the Safer Community Act before they work on suppressors. Suppressors do not take priority. So those are things you're going to do. So basically, they're not going to give you much information. And I'll tell you, take a breath, because I caught myself getting a little agitated, and I'm like, you know, annoyed that, like, okay, wait a minute, I'm calling you to get information, but all you're giving me is what I already have. So just take a breath and step back there. So what do you do next? I'm going to tell you right now what the information I give you is partly was I had posted on X, Twitter, about, you know, that I was out there for like 80 something days, and a gentleman had posted with an email, which wasn't sure that I should believe it or not, but I did do a Google search, and it is a valid email address for the ATF. And so basically, this email address is IP as in Peter, B as in boy, at atf.gov. And in this email that you send to them to get more status information is on the subject line, you want to include the control number and the submission date that is found on the email from the ATF, okay? And then in the body of the email, of course, you're going to ask, you know, I'm looking for updated status on this, but you're going to provide your full name, your birth date, and the form type. So if it's a Form 1, is it an eForm 4, etc. in the email. Now, in my experience, when I did this, I got a quick response, you know, and basically they told me that it was in research status. You know, the next check background was in research status. So basically it was pending and all that. You know, I tried to follow up on that. I couldn't understand, you know, my background is clean. You know, I've purchased firearms in the past. I even had NICS access when I worked for an FFL, you know, so I was their compliance officer. So I had full access to the NICS system. Couldn't understand why it was being delayed and why they were doing more research. So at that point, I reached out to Silencer Shop. since I purchased my suppressor through them, and I asked them, hey guys, is there anything else I can do to get a better status to figure out what is going on? Because basically this email just said, you'll hear when you hear, and that was it. So the gentleman at Silent Shop gave me a number. It's 1-844-265-6716. And I'll provide all this information down below. But this is the FBI NICS business relation team. So I called them up and explained, I said, listen, my NICS background checks is in hold. It's in, further research mode. Can you assist me here? My eForm has been over 90 days and all that. The person that, when I talked to, said, I don't have any of that information in front of me, but, if you give me your contact information, I will get back to you. So gave her my information. Within a half an hour, she responded and said, hey, do not have any further information other than your NICS check is in research mode. So until that, there's not much we can do. Once it gets approved or denied, everything else will move forward. So, they will provide, immediate response. And I said, of course, thank you and appreciate the update. So the interesting thing is once and of course she also gave me the same response that, ATF is. It's a busy season, that, they got to put priority on, firearms purchased and doing the Brady Act and the Safer Community Act related checks and all that. So, be patient with that. It is what it is. These people are doing their job, and I know the ATF has a bad rep, but, they are going to do it. But the interesting thing is within a couple hours after doing these steps, I got approved. So, these I'm hoping will help you guys if you're stuck and it's past 90 days and you're trying to get some information. So basically start off with the email to the ATF. If from there, if they don't give you a good answer or saying that it's still in a research pattern, then reach out to the FBI NICS. So guys, if you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up, definitely subscribe, and please share to your friends or family that are having issues with their eForms. All right, guys, have a happy holiday and be safe.